Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the FM 1387 virtual public meeting. We appreciate your interest in the FM 1387 project and welcome each of you. Please note that you may pause this presentation at any point to allow more time to view each slide. Given the unique circumstance of the COVID-19 outbreak, along with our commitment to protecting public health during this national emergency, TxDOT is conducting this virtual public meeting to avoid in-person contact. At this time, the virtual format will be in lieu of an in-person public meeting. The presentation will cover the same information the Dallas District would have shared at the in-person public meeting. However, the comment process will be different. Details on how to submit a comment and have your questions addressed will be covered later in this presentation. All project information can be found on the TxDOT website. This virtual public meeting has been convened by the Texas Department of Transportation and is being held to receive and consider comments from the public regarding the FM 1387 project. You may have attended previous public meetings conducted by the Texas Department of Transportation. However, for the benefit of those of you who have never attended one, I would like to explain why and how the department conducts a public meeting. A public meeting has four essential purposes. Inform the public of the status of planning for the project and present the recommendations based on studies performed to date. Describe the project so those attending can determine the project's potential to affect their lives and property. Provide the public an opportunity to see information and express their views at this stage in the planning process when flexibility to respond to comments still exists and before location and design decisions are finalized. And finally, to develop a record of public views and participation to accompany recommendations for subsequent decisions. This virtual public meeting is being held in compliance with both federal and state laws. A transcript of this meeting will be made available for the official record. The design schematic and project information for the FM 1387 project may be viewed at www.keepitmovingdallas.com under Public Hearings and Meetings, at www.txdot.gov by searching Hearings and Meetings Schedule, or on www.keepitmovingdallas.com/FM1387. The information on these websites is the same information being presented in this presentation. TxDOT is proposing to widen an approximate 4-mile-long section of FM 1387 in Ellis County. Other improvements would include widening an approximate 1.2-mile-long north alternative or constructing an approximate 1.7-mile-long south alternative. These alternatives are being considered from west of Long Branch Road to the proposed FM 664. The proposed project is needed because the existing FM 1387 within the project limits fails to meet current safety design standards and is inadequate to meet current and future traffic volumes, resulting in congestion and reduced mobility. The purpose of the proposed project is to reduce traffic congestion on the existing roadways, to improve operations of the roadway, to improve safety of vehicles and pedestrians, and to increase mobility, including pedestrian and bicycle accommodations. The existing FM 1387 facility between North Midlothian Parkway in Midlothian, Texas, to FM 664 in Ellis County mostly consists of two undivided 12-foot wide lanes and 2-foot wide shoulders with an existing right-of-way width that varies between 80 and 100 feet. There is an existing bridge over Red Oak Creek, and there are ditches along both sides of the roadway to provide surface drainage, as well as culverts crossing under the existing roadway at multiple locations. Stormwater runoff within the limits is conveyed through an open ditch drainage system. The facility is intersected by four major collectors, including North Midlothian Parkway, Walnut Grove Road, Long Branch Road, and FM 664, and other minor collectors and local roads. The proposed project would include the expansion of the current 2-lane rural roadway to an interim 4-lane urban roadway, ultimate 6 lanes, with a raised median to provide additional capacity, improve safety, and accommodate for a future lane in each direction. Improvements would consist of 12-foot wide travel lanes, 14-foot wide outside shared use lanes, and 5-foot sidewalks with Americans with Disabilities Act curb ramps in both directions. The proposed project would require approximately 37 to 58 acres of additional right-of-way dependent upon the alternative chosen. The main segment of the proposed project is along FM 1387 from North Midlothian Parkway to Long Branch Road. The improvements would consist of 12-foot wide travel lanes, 14-foot wide outside shared use lanes, and 5-foot sidewalks with Americans with Disabilities Act curb ramps in both directions, and would generally follow the existing FM 1387 roadway corridor. The north alternative would generally continue along the existing FM 1387 roadway from west of Long Branch Road to FM 664. The improvements would consist of 12-foot wide travel lanes, 14-foot wide outside shared use lanes, and 5-foot sidewalks with Americans with Disabilities Act curb ramps in both directions. The south alternative would be new location construction from just west of Long Branch Road to the proposed FM 664 east of its existing alignment. The improvements would consist of 12-foot wide travel lanes, 14-foot wide outside shared use lanes, and 5-foot sidewalks with Americans with Disabilities Act curb ramps in both directions. The goal of this meeting is to receive feedback on the proposed project and the two proposed alternatives, north and south, at the east end of the project corridor. The right-of-way would be acquired from properties along both the north and south sides of the project. The proposed right-of-way to be acquired for this project is approximately 37 to 58 acres, depending on the chosen alternative. If the north alignment is chosen, the total acreage would be 37 acres with 11 displacements and 8 potential properties affected. If the south alignment is chosen, the total acreage would be 58 acres with 10 displacements and 4 potential properties affected. All right-of-way acquisition would be completed in accordance with the Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisition Policies Act of 1970, as amended. The project is currently unfunded and cannot let until funding is identified. The public comment period for the proposed project ends September 25, 2020. Following this virtual public meeting, documentation of this public meeting will be reviewed by TxDOT and will address comments received by the public. Comments received will be considered to determine the preferred alternative and proceed to prepare the final schematic anticipated for approval in fall of 2020. Environmental studies and technical documentation for the FM 1387 project would be processed with an environmental clearance anticipated in fall of 2021. A public hearing will be held prior to the environmental clearance date. This hearing is anticipated in the summer of 2021. Depending on funding, this project has an anticipated ready-to-let date of fall of 2024. Comments regarding the proposed project may be submitted in 4 different ways, as shown on this slide. You may fill out a comment online. Submit comment via email to nelson.underwood@txdot.gov. Submit a written comment via mail to TxDOT Dallas District Office. Attention, Nelson Underwood, PE 4777 East Highway 80, Mesquite, Texas 75150. Leave a verbal comment via voicemail at 817-381-2473. There is a link for a PDF comment form on the project website that can be filled out on the computer and mailed to the address provided, or printed, filled out by hand, and then mailed to the address provided. Comments must be received or postmarked by September 25th, 2020 to be part of the official virtual public hearing record. Questions on this project may be directed to the TxDOT Project Manager, Nelson Underwood, PE, at nelson.underwood@txdot.gov. Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely appreciate your attendance and interest concerning the proposed design of the FM 1387 project. Your questions, comments, and concerns will receive careful consideration. Thank you for your interest.